Sonnet 72 by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616. Oh, lest the world should task you to recite what merit lived in me, that you should love after my death. Dear love, forget me quite, for you in me can nothing worthy prove. Unless you would devise some virtuous lie to do more for me than mine own desert, and hang more praise upon deceased I, the niggard truth would willingly impart. O lest your true love may seem false in this, that you for love speak well of me untrue. My name be buried where my body is, and live no more to shame nor me nor you. For I am shamed by that which I bring forth, and so should you, to love things nothing worth. Okay, so this continues with the downbeat feeling of the previous sonnet. Again, Shakespeare's telling the youth to forget him, that don't invent things about how good my poetry was. But I think the meaning of this sonnet, this is talking about Shakespeare's fear of being forgotten after he's dead. And this is the poet's desire for eternal remembrance, that Shakespeare wants to be lived, to be remembered forever. And he doesn't want to go into oblivion. And I think it's very interesting, this, because Shakespeare in other parts says he's going to immortalize the fair youth in Shakespeare's words. But this is really immortalizing Shakespeare, because Shakespeare doesn't even give the fair youth's name. Yeah. And here again, I think this is like the previous one. Don't forget, don't think of me. Don't think that my poetry was good. It's this modesty that's necessary when talking about one's own abilities. And this is going to help us remember after he's dead quite what a good poet he was. And I think that's the idea. So, oh, lest the world should task you to recite what merit lived in me. So, if the world should ask you to say, what was good about Shakespeare? Yeah? That you should love me after my death, that you still love me after my death. So, if the world should ask you to tell them, what is it? Why are you still upset about Shakespeare? Why do you love him after he's dead? Why did you love him? Well, dear love, forget me quite. Forget me completely. Yeah, don't say anything to them. For you in me can nothing worthy prove, because there's nothing of value in me. There's no good reason for you to love me. But then again I always think in this, that maybe you love somebody because you love them, not for individual reasons, but you love the whole person. But he's saying, forget me, because there's nothing that you can tell me. There was no merit in me. There was nothing good about the things I did. So just don't say anything, unless you would devise some virtuous lie to do more for me than mine own desert. And if you said something good about me, it would be a virtuous lie, because we need to remember the dead well. People have a lot of respect for the dead, even if the people weren't nice when they were alive. When they're dead, people say nice things about them. And maybe you're trying to, if you said something nice about me, this would be a virtuous lie, which would say things about me that weren't true. They would say things that I didn't deserve, and hang more praise upon deceased I than niggard truth would willingly impart. And you would, if you gave reasons or things that were worthy in me, you would be praising the deceased more than niggard truth, than ungenerous, the mean truth would willingly impart. So it wouldn't be true. This is not something that the truth would say about me. This is only praise on somebody who's dead because they're dead, and this isn't something that is actually true. Oh, lest your true love may seem false in this, that you for love speak well of me untrue. And be careful, don't do this, don't say anything, because if you said nice things about me, your love, it would seem like your love was false, that your love wasn't true, and that you were only telling lies about me because you loved me. Yeah, and you were saying good things about me because you loved me, even if they weren't true. My name be buried where my body is, and live no more to shame nor me nor you. So my body is buried where my body's buried, and let my body and my name and my reputation be buried there, and let it bring no shame to me and no shame to you. And here he's worried that again, this idea that Shakespeare feels unworthy. I think Shakespeare is a very objectual negative person. He thinks that it's impossible to love him, that he is not, that Shakespeare feels he is not worthy of the fair youth, and he doesn't want the fair youth to continue to talk about him, because that might bring shame to the fair youth, and he's thinking about the fair youth. For I am shamed by that which I bring forth. I'm embarrassed by the work that I do, by the poetry I write. And so should you, to love things nothing worth. And you should as well. You should be embarrassed to love something that has no value, someone like me that has no value. But I think here again, if somebody asks you to talk about your good qualities, I think it's certainly for English people, modesty is the watchword, that it's very bad form to tell everyone how wonderful you are. And this is maybe Shakespeare's way of saying, do the opposite of this. Think about the opposite. And he's thinking about the fair youth, and he's saying, I don't want the fair youth to be embarrassed by my bad work. And maybe in reality the fair youth is honoured by his good work, and look how long it has lasted. So I think in many ways in this, Shakespeare's talking tongue-in-cheek. He's talking about the opposite, and he's saying the opposite thing. Anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Sonnet 72 by William Shakespeare.